Hey, welcome back. Today I am going to do a orange inspired look for my color series that I came out with. The first color I did was the acid yellow, which was really fun. I actually posted on my Instagram just more of a not so wearable yellow look just to really get kind of creative. Today I just felt really drawn to orange. This is a crayon and I love these because they're long wearing and they give a nice little base for your shadows to stick to. So I'm actually just going to go in, and this color is definitely kind of this reflective kind of peachy bronze shade. And I'm just going to put this on my lower lid. Now what's great about these is they dry pretty quick and then stay pretty much all day. Before it sets, I'm going to go in and just buff it out. Just kind of where it meets my crease and just kind of buff this up and out. The Anastasia Renaissance palette, it's really pretty. It has some beautiful orange colors. So there's one called Regal, which is pretty orange. And then they've got a couple other nice oranges in here too. So I'm going to actually take Regal and really kind of load my brush up. I'm dipping in and then I'm tapping off quite a bit. These shadows tend to have quite a bit of fallout. Concentrating this kind of on the outer corner here. Kind of making the shape. I do have a little bit more of a hooded eye, so I want a little bit of a lifted effect. And right now I'm not worried about getting everything blended out. I'm more really wanting to get the color saturated and my shape built. I'm going back into Regal. I'm going to take actually the same color, taking a little bit of a smaller, stiffer brush, and I'm working this kind of on this inner corner here. I'm not actually bringing it up into this crease. I'm actually kind of doing this inner lower portion of the mobile lid. A brush like this will help be a little bit more precise with the application. I'm really pushing this in. I'm not worried about blending right now. I'm actually going to go in with this pencil. This is called Cafe, and it's a NYX pencil. It's just one of their softer ones. I'm going to also use this in my waterline underneath. Just kind of fill that in. And I'm going to kind of work this also lower lash. So inner rim into the lashes, and then just a little bit below. I'm going to take that stiff brush, and I'm going to take that in a color called Burnt Orange. And I'm just going to work that over the liner that I just put underneath. Now I'm going to take Burnt Orange again with my fluffy brush, and I'm going to just take a little bit of that burnt orange and just take this really lightly into the crease. And I'm just going to kind of start softening these edges out with the burnt orange. I'm taking it on all these little edges, not going over completely. I'm just kind of softening this edge, and then kind of bringing it a little bit into the crease. And I kind of wipe my brush out and then dip back in. I like to really focus in a mirror straight on and really keep my eye open here because that's the best way to kind of see what shape you're creating. Okay, so I'm feeling happy with that. Light pressure. Now I'm going to take just a clean, fluffy brush and just really kind of like go over those edges again and just make sure everything's nice and soft. Next I'm going to take a color called Golden Ochre, which is kind of a little bit more of a yellowy tone. And I'm just going to kind of blend this right up underneath the brow, kind of on the orangey side. This one's a little bit more brown. This just kind of softens it out even more, gives more of that earth tone. I'm going to go back in just to intensify the Regal, the first color I used. Sometimes I like to actually, again, just pat it where I want it because I kind of like this little halo that I've kept in the middle. I'm going to take a color called Primavera. It's just kind of a golden tone. use my finger here. Here I'm just like patting, not so much blending, just kind of like pushing those edges. Because makeup, once your skin kind of starts to warm back up, everything kind of melts back in. I'm going to take a little bit of that Regal color underneath. I put the burnt orange there first, just a little bit kind of on that outer edge, just to kind of get this area a little bit deeper, a little bit more definition. Now let's move on to skin, which is always kind of my favorite thing to do. I'm going to do skin before I go in and really finish up the eyes, because sometimes once I get my skin on, I may want to intensify the eye again. I like to kind of work in stages. I've been in the sun actually quite a bit lately, so I'm starting to get definitely some color. So foundations right now are probably on the paler side, but I'm going to just keep it kind of simple today. Wipe away any of that shadow that may have fallen. The good old trusted CC cream by It Cosmetics. This color is medium. I'm literally squeezing out about that much. A little goes a long way with this product. I think if you've never used it before and you do a whole pump, sometimes you're like, oh wow, that's pretty full coverage. So especially if you're somebody who doesn't really wear much as far as foundation goes. So I'm just kind of pushing. Before I start buffing, I sometimes like to go in and just kind of push, so that way I'm not losing the coverage in those areas, if that makes sense. Sorry, this video is not super chatty today. I just have been kind of quiet. I'm going to go in with Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I actually even love this as a foundation, so I'm going to probably go in and use it right underneath the eyes. Any area that I just sometimes feel like I need a little brightening. I wasn't sure if I wanted to fill in my eyebrows. I just have clear brow gel in them right now. Get right underneath where we did the liner underneath and the shadow, but I don't want you to go to where we're erasing it. It's like getting right up underneath there. I'm going to take a little bit of just a light brown pencil. I'm just kind of doing this, I think, on the outside, just again to kind of give a lift. Also just darken the inner rim a little bit with this. Just a little angled brush and blend this out. This was more of a soft kohl pencil, so you will want to, if you're using something soft like this, you'll want to kind of blend it out just so you have that softening effect. And then we're going to go in and layer some mascara up. I always like to make sure you get right at the root and then just kind of wiggle up. Sometimes I even like to hold it just to keep those lashes lifted. My lashes have a tendency to kind of drop. I'm going to go in and do a little bit of bronzer and add a little life here back to my skin. And I'm taking a bronzer by Kevyn Aucoin. I think it's been discontinued, but I know that they've come out with some new ones. I really love their bronzers. This particular one is, again, kind of on that more ginger kind of tone, which that's the idea of my inspiration today, is just using all sorts of different tones of orange and ginger. Blush, we gotta not forget this here. I've got two different shades. This one actually is very pigmented. I got this at the drugstore. I think it was Eva Mendez's cosmetic line she came out with. I think she was selling it at maybe Walgreens. Anyways, it actually has tons of pigment. I love the color. I will probably finish with this one. The first one I'll do is, it's one of my favorites from MAC. It has been forever. Again, I know they're reformulating a lot, so not sure if it's available, but it's called Gingerly, which is the perfect color. It's a nice peachy shade, but also has this nice kind of neutral brown tone to it. If I don't know what blush to wear, if I'm not sure what blush I want to wear, this is always kind of my choice. And then top a little bit off with this one. It's by the cosmetic line, is called Circa. And I'm not even sure if she makes it anymore, but it's called Flamenco Beach, which is a really vivid kind of peachy orange shade. Great on deeper skin complexions as well. A lot of times if I have something brighter, I like to keep it a little bit closer to the eye so it kind of lifts. I'm going to go swimming in a little bit, so my hair is a bit of a mess, but I kind of don't feel like doing my brows, but maybe just a tiny little bit right through the lower section, just so it feels a little bit more anchored. Sometimes I'll just push that up. I gotta say, if you have trouble finding brow products or brow pencils, there's really nothing like Anastasia's little pencils that she makes. The colors are always great, and I also really think about the texture of a pencil. And this one is nice. It's dry enough, but it's not difficult to draw on. Comes with a little spoolie on the other side. Mine broke, so just kind of improvising here. And let's do a little bottom mascara. Now this is always the part, like what do we do for lips? Let's just go bold today. I have two colors from MAC that I was kind of thinking about. I have Lip Intensity, and the color is Dough, which is just a matte, kind of a nice, again, kind of that ginger tone. And then I have an oldie and a goodie. I want to do this. So that's what we're going to do. This is Mirage from MAC. And I'm just taking a little bit of a pencil first. Blend it out. I'm going to do a couple layers. I just like to blot it and then kind of work it in so it creates a little bit more of a stain. And each time you do it, it becomes that intensity level again, but nothing like some good old paper towel. So here's the look. I hope you guys like this. I'm obsessed with orange. I think there's such a great range as far as undertones, intensities, and today I just wanted to kind of play with that and just show you guys how you can kind of find different tones and make them work for you. And it's all really about what feels comfortable to you. So today, I hope you guys enjoyed this, inspired by orange shades today. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share with friends, and hopefully I will see you again.